Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Welcome to day 20 of CARWYN Canvent, and I'm actually doing it in the middle of the day. Wow. Nah, it's the weekend here, and I've tried to have a bit of a sleep in after doing all this bloody overtime this week. Didn't get home till 1 o'clock last night. It was ridiculous, or should I say this morning. So yeah, I did the 2 beers then, and yeah, I'm ready to go again today. Today's is very interesting. It's sort of like a wine beer hybrid. Cheers, Craig. Good to see you, dude. So it's by Stomping Brewing, who are out of Melbourne. They've actually got quite a few sites in Melbourne now. They started in Collingwood. Now they've got one out at Moorabbin. They've got one at the airport. Somewhere else. And they have the occasional pop-ups too. They're killing it at the moment. But anyway, this is called Birra, Vino, Rosso. So Birra in Italian's obviously beer. Vino's wine. Rosso, I'd say, is probably rose. Or, yeah, like red. Who knows? But yeah, it's Shiraz skins. And they're paired up with Seville Estate, who is obviously the winery. Not sure where they're based. I'll read what it says on the back. A series that showcases the perfect fusion of beer and wine. Birra Vino Rosso rested on Shiraz skins from the esteemed Seville estate to impart floral and fruit flavours into the crisp beer base. Blush red in colour with soft, luscious wine cues and a refreshingly spritzy finish. And it is, I think it's like 6.8%. So it's got a bit of booze to it. Cheers, Drewy. Good to see you, brother, on Twitch, mate. Yeah. I couldn't give a fuck about that fight, Drewy. I can't stand fucking Jake Paul. I can't stand these shit boxing exhibition matches. They're all fucking staged. Yeah, I've already poured it for the photo. Pours a very nice, sort of in between like red and purple. Looks really cool. Reminds me of the movie A Night at the Roxbury. It's like the color of the suits they're wearing and the like backdrop on the DVD. So yeah, it's it must be part of a series, I'd say. Maybe this is the first one in the series and they're going to continue it on. But yeah, it'd be pretty cool. I could imagine doing like a white wine, like a Sauvignon Blanc beer, and then having like Nelson hops and stuff like that. There's definitely certain beers that would pair well with certain wines. But yeah, let's do it. So, yeah, as I said, the colour's sort of like in between like a red and a purple. I don't know how you'd sort of describe the colour, like a magenta. I think magenta's sort of more of a purple though. Whatever the colour is in the Derwent pencils, it's between purple and red. So yeah, it's still very light bodied. One finger head, you can still see through it pretty much. I would say light carbonation as well. We'll go a whiff. Pretty subdued on the nose. Slight sort of floral and herbal character. You do get like red grape, but it's very faint. It sort of reminds me of when you have like a beer with relatively new hops and they have that sort of berry quality. Like it's a little bit grassy. The base just comes across very light, like a grainy, wheaty, biscuity sort of type base. Yeah, to be honest, not much on the nose, which is a bit disappointing. But it's all about the flavour. So let's go in there. It looks the part. Cheers. Ooh, definitely got a Shiraz bite there. I get a touch of lemon as well. It's definitely got like a tartish sort of edge. Little bit dry. There's no sweetness, not much sweetness at all. Yeah, if you hated red wine, you'd hate this beer. It's almost like I feel like I'm just tasting a red wine. It's like a red wine with a. It's almost like say if you got a little bit of red wine and added it to like a lager that had like citrusy, grassy notes. That's sort of what it tastes like, if I could describe it at best. So it's definitely got the wine character, but it's not real intense. Like when you have a Shiraz and that first sip, and it's like really sort of throws you back. This is sort of like just that. It's that same character, but it's fairly light. Yeah, it's sort of intriguing. Like I'm interested to see what other combinations they come up with. But yeah, as I said, like a Sauvignon Blanc style, like a crisp lager with like Nelson hops, that'd work really well. It'd be cool to try one that's like paired with like a darker beer, like a dark lager or even like a porter or something. They could do like a black cherry with something. Ah, here we go. Time to make some noise. What are you doing? Up here? Good boy. So yeah, very different, but I don't mind it. At least this one's a little more experimental. It's not just some bland pale ale that I could just pick up any day of the week. There shouldn't be beers like that in this box. The next beer I'm looking forward to, though, let's just say it's a very nice looking West Coast. Cheers, Elbow. Good to see you, brother. I'm on some Christmas Advent beers, Elbow, and this one's sort of like a red wine inspired beer. So if you don't like red wine, stay clear. Cheers, Dan. Hopefully everyone's had a good week and looking forward to the festive season. We're finally starting to get good weather here down in the south of Australia. So yeah, I've got 2 more days. I don't normally get time off over Christmas. Well, I do maybe get 3 days sometimes. But this year, yeah, our whole site's like the whole company pretty much is shutting down for like a week and a half. So yeah, including weekends and public holidays, all up, I get about probably 12, 13 days off. It's pretty good. But it's just shit because I don't really do much this time of the year. So I feel like I'm wasting holidays. Like I'd rather be working. I do need the time off though. I definitely need the rest and recovery. I've been working to the bone. And yeah, the week just gone, I did nearly 20 hours overtime. Working more overtime than most people work in their life. Hit the old like button too, peeps. Let's try and get some people in here. She's pretty quiet out there. The next stream will be a nice one to have some people in. And I'm slowly sipping away on a delicious mountain culture Westie. Pour some more. Yeah, see, it says on there, beer, wine. I didn't know what to put on the description on the channel. I just put the name of it and put with Shiraz skins, and then was like, "Fuck, I don't know what style it is." But yeah, I probably should have just wrote beer wine. Makes sense. And yeah, that's the can artwork. Pretty basic. I've heard quite a few sirens going off today. I just hope there's no bushfires. Yeah, we've got that sort of weather again. All it takes is some fuckwit driving along with a ciggy and just flicking it out the window. The dogs love it when I'm home, but they never know when I'm at home or when I'm going to work. We were outside earlier. I was grabbing beers from the fridge and walking back in. And they didn't want to come back inside because they probably thought, oh, he's getting ready to go to work. This is where he puts us away and we're going to wait for him to come home again. And because I've been doing all this overtime, like they've probably hated it because I've been gone for so fucking long. Oh, don't be smashing that whiskey glass, Sam. I don't know how I'd score this. Probably, I'll go a 4.1, I reckon. I'm definitely intrigued to see what else they come up with. What was it? Birra Vino Rosso. It's a cool name. Cheers, Jimmy. Cheers, Angie. Yeah, thank fuck. I'm drinking a hybrid beer wine. Might be something that you would have enjoyed when you were having a drink, Angie. Sort of cross between like a lager and a Shiraz. It's unusual, but somewhat tasty. Definitely the sort of beer, though, yeah, if you don't like red wine, you'd hate it. And yeah, I think it's going to be the start of a series. This brewery's paired up with like a winery, and they're going to do a few different like concoctions. Yes, cuvee per se. First beer of the day is giving me vibes of having several more. Shout out to Rob from Mr. B's channel as well. Just realised not long ago that he did a show this morning where he was shouting out. He shouted out, I think, 5 channels that he watches and he wants people to check out, and mine was one of them. So yeah, that was pretty kind of him. He's just sort of doing a community thing, I think, because coming up to Christmas, he just wanted to shout out 5 channels he watches that are up and coming, sort of thing, or like don't have the 1,000 subscribers. Paul from PA Brew News did the same thing about a year ago, and Rod J. Yeah, it's quiet out there. I just feel like I'm in a good mood. I just feel really relaxed. Like I'm tired as fuck, but I'm just like, oh, like it's so good just to know that I don't have anything on the rest of the day or tomorrow. Can just do as I please. Yeah, when your buddy going to work at lunchtime every day and never knowing what time you're getting home, you're working into the next day often, and it's fucking shit. If I had a young family like this week, it would have been an absolute fucking nightmare. I could only imagine how shit it would be if you had like a wife and young kids and they never know what time you're coming home. It'd be so frustrating. I mean, you'd always be ringing each other, letting each other know what's going on, but just imagine like it's like, oh, are you going to be home for dinner? It's like, oh, I've got no idea. Apparently, we're going to be here till 1 a.m. And 1 a.m. Fucking shit. I'll get taxed about $2,000. Woo! I reckon 4.1 is a good score for that. Birra Vino Rosso. Seville Estate. I need to look up and see where they're from. At a guess, I'm going to say Victorian or South Australian. Victorian because it's a Victorian brewery and they seem like the sort of people that want to support other local businesses. But then South Australian because that's where a lot of the real good wineries are. Hmm. Well, I might wrap it up and start the next one, I reckon. I'm keen to get on to the next. We want to make it a good day, so no point sitting here not drinking when we can drink. So, yeah, the next one is going to be a West Coast by Mountain Culture, 7.5%, called Hourglass. So, yeah, if you want to come check us out doing that, I'll start her up straight away. So, yeah, cheers for checking this one out. And yeah, if they bring out some more of these beer wine hybrids, I'll make sure to get some and do a few reviews. So, yeah, we'll catch you shortly on the next one and hit the old thumbs up if you haven't already. Cheers, legends.